Let me plant a thought in your head. Looking ahead to 2026, if you're plugging a large language model directly into your company's database, you're not really innovating. What you're doing is handing the keys to your entire kingdom over to a probabilistic black box, an AI that is, by its very nature, unpredictable. And as we're about to see, things can go sideways really, really fast.
And no, this isn't some far-off what-if scenario. This really happened. In what was a pretty stunning real-world failure, an AI agent from Replit just went rogue. It wiped a live production database. This was a massive wake-up call that a simple instruction like "don't touch this" in a prompt is not, and I mean not, a security policy.
And the stakes here, they are huge. We're talking millions of dollars. According to IBM's 2025 report, the average data breach is now costing companies over $4.5 million. And you know what's really wild? Unregulated shadow AI stuff is tacking on hundreds of thousands of dollars more to that already staggering cost. So yeah, this brings us right to the heart of the problem. In this absolute gold rush to jam AI into everything, the entire tech industry just focused on one thing: connecting models to data. Almost nobody pumped the brakes to ask the important question: how do we control what the AI actually does with that data? I mean, just look at the sheer scale of this. It's staggering. 97% of companies that got hit with an AI-related breach had no proper access controls in place. 97%. This isn't just a few bad apples. It's a systemic vulnerability. It's basically a ticking time bomb sitting in the middle of the industry. So how in the world did we get here? Well, ironically, the industry's big attempt to solve one problem, making AI integration easier for everyone, ended up creating a much, much bigger security nightmare. And it all started with something called the Model Context Protocol, or MCP. The idea was great, actually. It was meant to solve this huge headache by creating a universal standard to connect any AI to any data source. And boy, did it work. It just exploded in popularity. Everyone from Microsoft to Google jumped on board, and it basically became the default way to build AI agents. But here's the thing. Here is the critical, crucial point that pretty much everyone missed in all the hype. MCP makes connecting an AI to your data incredibly easy. That's true. But it does absolutely nothing to make that connection safe. And this one fundamental flaw, well, it leads to what I like to call the 3 catastrophic failures of modern AI architecture. These are the specific ways that this whole chat with your database idea will inevitably blow up right in your face. Okay, so what are they? First up, we have schema fragility, which is when simple database changes just silently break the AI. Then there's security theater, where we all just kind of pretend we have security. And finally, you've got context chaos, where giving the AI more information actually makes it dumber. All right, let's dive into each of these. So imagine this. A data engineer on your team renames a column in the database. Something totally routine, like changing revenue to total_gross sales. But for the AI, oh man, every single query that was built on that old column name now just fails, silently. There are no warning lights, no alarms, just bad data or errors. And that, right there, completely vaporizes user trust. Next up is security theater. And this is what most companies are doing right now. See, prompt-level security is literally just asking the AI, hey, pretty please don't show any private data, okay? It's hope as a strategy. A real security gateway, on the other hand, enforces the rules before the prompt even gets to the AI. It's the difference between asking the fox to guard the henhouse and, just building a better fence. And finally, we have context chaos. Now, you'd think giving the AI access to all of your data would give it more context and make it smarter, right? Wrong. Turns out, when you dump hundreds of database tables on an AI agent, it just gets completely overwhelmed. The quality of its answers plummets, it gets super slow, and your token costs just go through the absolute roof. Okay, so if the way everyone's doing it is totally broken, what's the answer? Well, it's a complete shift in philosophy. We have to stop thinking about building simple connectors and start building intelligent gateways. We need to build what I call an architecture of trust. And right here, this is the single most important rule of this new architecture. Never, ever, ever trust the AI model itself. It's a system based on probability, not a system based on rules. So instead, you have to put your trust in a hardened gateway that sits right between the AI and your precious data, enforcing your rules with an iron fist. This gateway is built on 3 key breakthroughs, and you'll notice that each one is designed to directly solve one of those catastrophic failures we just talked about. We have a self-healing semantic bridge to fight schema fragility, a zero-trust interceptor to put an end to security theater, and a semantic router to clean up all that context chaos. So check this out. This is how that semantic router works. Instead of just showing the AI hundreds of raw, super confusing database tables, you map them to just a handful of simple business concepts. So when the AI needs to know about, say, revenue, the gateway only gives it the 2 or 3 specific tools it actually needs, not the entire chaotic database. And the results are they're dramatic. This one change can cut the amount of data you're stuffing into the AI's context window, and therefore what you're paying for, by 40 to 60%. It actually makes the AI smarter, faster, and cheaper all at the same time. It's a win-win-win. Okay, but does it actually work in the real world? Well, this is a real test using a really complex query. And just look at this. It's a perfect score. The router filtered the tools correctly, check. The security interceptor checked permissions and masked private data, check. The logger recorded everything, check. And the self-healing part even corrected a database schema error on the fly. This is what production-ready AI security actually looks like. So this isn't just theory, right? This is a practical roadmap. The companies that are going to win in 2026 aren't the ones with the flashiest new AI model. They're going to be the ones with the most trustworthy AI infrastructure. So what should you be doing, right now? Here's a super simple checklist to get you started. This week, just figure out what AIs you have and where they're touching data. This month, get some real audit logging in place. And then, this quarter, you can start deploying these gateway interceptors and actively try to break them. Run some red team exercises. In the end, it all boils down to this one simple question. This is the question that every CEO, every tech leader should be asking their teams. Because in this new age of AI agents, just being connected is the easy part. Being trustworthy, that's everything.